Long before modern sharks or whales existed, Earth's oceans were ruled by predators so large, so powerful, and so alien that survival itself was uncertain. These were not myths, they were real animals, armed with crushing jaws, serrated teeth, and bodies built to dominate entire seas. Tonight, we count down the prehistoric sea monsters that once turned the oceans into killing grounds. Welcome to Top Wonder. In this countdown, we travel back millions of years to explore 10 prehistoric sea monsters that ruled ancient oceans. These creatures were shaped by brutal competition and extreme evolution, where size, strength, and efficiency determine survival. And as we move closer to number 1, the scale of these predators becomes almost impossible to comprehend. 10. Tanystropheus. Tanystropheus is one of the strangest marine reptiles ever discovered, and its appearance alone makes it unforgettable. At first glance, its body looks relatively normal for a Triassic reptile until the neck appears. Stretching up to 3 meters long, the neck accounted for nearly half of its total body length, creating proportions that seem biologically impossible. This extreme anatomy was not a weakness. Tanystropheus lived in shallow coastal waters and lagoons, where it likely relied on ambush rather than pursuit. By keeping its body nearly motionless, it could extend its long neck toward fish and squid with minimal water disturbance. This allowed it to strike without alerting prey. Its sharp, conical teeth were ideal for gripping slippery animals, while its relatively stiff neck prevented excessive bending, increasing precision rather than flexibility. Fossil evidence suggests Tanystropheus was a specialized predator, not an evolutionary accident. What makes Tanystropheus unsettling is how far evolution was willing to stretch anatomy to gain a hunting advantage and how long this bizarre design remained successful. 9. Nothosaurus. Nothosaurus represents an early stage in the transition from land-dwelling reptiles to fully marine predators. Its body retained a semi-aquatic form, with limbs capable of supporting movement on land while also functioning as paddles in the water. The skull was long and narrow, lined with sharp, outward-pointing teeth that protruded even when the mouth was closed. These teeth were perfectly adapted for catching fish, cephalopods, near the surface, preventing prey from slipping free once captured. Nothosaurus inhabited shallow coastal environments, where it likely hunted using a mix of swimming and ambush tactics. Its ability to haul itself onto shore allowed it to escape larger marine predators and exploit multiple ecological niches. What makes Nothosaurus disturbing is its transitional nature. It does not look fully adapted to any one environment, yet it survived and thrived. This animal demonstrates how dangerous partial adaptation can be when paired with effective predatory tools. In early marine ecosystems, being unfinished was not a disadvantage. 8. Dakosaurus. Dakosaurus was a marine reptile that resembled a crocodile, but with a far more aggressive design. Unlike modern crocodilians, its teeth were flattened, serrated, and blade-like, resembling those of large predatory dinosaurs. This tooth structure reveals its hunting style. Dakosaurus did not simply grip prey. It sliced through flesh, tearing chunks from large marine animals. Fossil evidence suggests it was an active hunter, pursuing prey in open water rather than relying solely on ambush. Its streamlined body and powerful tail allowed for strong bursts of speed, while reinforced jaw muscles delivered devastating bites. This combination made Dakosaurus one of the most efficient marine predators of the Jurassic period. What makes Dakosaurus particularly frightening is how familiar it looks. It resembles animals we recognize, but with predatory features amplified to extremes. It shows what happens when evolution prioritizes killing efficiency above all else. In ancient seas, Dakosaurus was not just a hunter, it was a butcher. 7. Liopleurodon. Liopleurodon was a pliosaur built around raw killing power. Its most dominant feature was its enormous skull, which could reach over 2 meters in length. Packed with massive conical teeth designed to crush and grip large prey, this was not a subtle hunter. Its body was short, muscular, and compact, optimized for explosive acceleration rather than endurance. Huge flippers allowed Liopleurodon to launch forward with sudden bursts of speed, closing distance before prey could react. Fossil evidence suggests it attacked fish, squid, and even other large marine reptiles. Unlike long-necked plesiosaurs, Liopleurodon relied on proximity and overwhelming force. Once within range, its bite ended encounters quickly. Escape was unlikely. What makes Liopleurodon unsettling is its proportion. So much of the animal was dedicated to the head and jaws, as if the rest of the body existed only to deliver that weapon into striking position. In Jurassic seas, Liopleurodon represented a predator that did not negotiate with its environment, it dominated it. 6. Thalassomedon. Thalassomedon was a plesiosaur defined by reach and endurance rather than brute force. Its long neck extended far beyond its body, allowing it to strike prey from a distance while keeping its core mass stable and protected. The animal's most impressive features were its enormous flippers, each stretching over 2 meters long. These flippers provided powerful, sustained propulsion, enabling Thalassomedon to travel vast distances across open oceans with minimal energy loss. Rather than relying on speed or ambush, Thalassomedon likely hunted through persistence. It could remain active for long periods, gradually exhausting prey before closing in. This made it a dominant presence in midwater ecosystems. The fear it inspires comes from inevitability. A predator that doesn't rush doesn't need to. It simply stays present until opportunity becomes certainty. But even endurance had limits. What followed after mass extinction would redefine dominance entirely. So far, we've seen predators shaped by precision, speed, and endurance. But after mass extinctions reshaped life on Earth, the oceans demanded something far more extreme. From this point forward, survival favored size, power, and absolute dominance. And the true rulers of prehistoric seas emerged. 5. Thalatorchan saurophagus. Thalatorchan saurophagus emerged shortly after the Permian mass extinction, the most devastating die-off in Earth's history. Its name, meaning reptile-eating sea lord, describes its role with unsettling accuracy. This marine predator hunted other large marine reptiles, placing it at the top of the food chain almost immediately after ecosystems began to recover. Its skull was large, its teeth sharp and robust, capable of slicing through flesh and bone. What makes Thalatorchan particularly disturbing is timing. Life had barely stabilized when this apex predator appeared. Evolution wasted no time filling the vacuum left at the top. It represents a harsh truth of natural history. Extinction does not eliminate danger, it resets it. As oceans recovered, predators didn't become smaller or gentler. They became more efficient, and from this point forward, size would no longer be optional. 4. Shastasaurus. Shastasaurus was among the largest ichthyosaurs ever discovered, reaching lengths comparable to modern whales. Its long, streamlined body was built for speed and efficiency, allowing it to glide through open oceans with minimal resistance. Unlike many marine predators, Shastasaurus had reduced or absent teeth, suggesting it fed primarily on soft-bodied prey such as squid. But size alone made it nearly untouchable. Few predators could challenge something this massive without risking serious injury. In prehistoric oceans, scale itself was a defense mechanism. The larger the animal, the fewer threats it faced. Shastasaurus exploited this rule perfectly. What makes it unsettling is how calm its dominance appears. It didn't need aggression. Its presence alone reshaped marine ecosystems, forcing other animals to adapt around it. When something grows at large, the ocean stops feeling empty and starts feeling occupied. 3. Tylosaurus. Tylosaurus was a mosasaur designed for dominance through aggression and adaptability. Its most distinctive feature was its reinforced, elongated snout, a solid bony structure used to ram prey before delivering a fatal bite. This was not accidental anatomy, it was a weapon. Its jaws were filled with sharp, recurved teeth capable of gripping slippery prey and tearing flesh with ease. Fossil evidence shows Tylosaurus fed on fish, turtles, seabirds, and even other marine reptiles, including rivals close to its own size. Unlike specialists, Tylosaurus thrived in multiple environments. It could hunt in open oceans, patrol coastal waters, or ambush prey from below. Speed, strength, and versatility made it exceptionally difficult to escape. What makes Tylosaurus disturbing is its confidence. It did not rely on concealment or patience. It attacked directly, overwhelming prey through force and momentum. In the late Cretaceous, Tylosaurus wasn't just another predator. It was an enforcer ensuring nothing challenged its claim to the water it ruled. 2. Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus was the embodiment of marine supremacy. Massive in size and terrifyingly efficient, it represented the peak of mosasaur evolution. Its skull alone was enormous, packed with hundreds of sharp teeth designed to grip, slice, and crush. A powerful, paddle-shaped tail propelled it through the water with surprising speed, allowing it to chase down prey rather than rely solely on ambush. Its body was flexible yet muscular, built to dominate both open ocean and coastal environments. Mosasaurus hunted almost anything it encountered. Fish, turtles, seabirds, and even other mosasaurs were all part of its diet. Once it reached full size, there were no consistent predators capable of challenging it. The fear it inspires comes from completeness. Every aspect of its anatomy worked in harmony. There were no compromises, no obvious weaknesses. For millions of years, Mosasaurus defined the upper limit of marine predation until an even larger force reshaped the oceans once again. 1. Megalodon. Megalodon was not merely a large shark, it was the ultimate expression of predatory scale. Reaching lengths exceeding 20 meters, Megalodon dwarfed every other marine hunter of its time. Its jaws alone could span several meters, armed with massive, serrated teeth designed to shear through bone. Fossilized whale skeletons bearing Megalodon bite marks confirm its role as a hunter of the largest animals in the ocean. Unlike many predators, Megalodon did not need speed or subtlety. Size was its advantage, power was its strategy. A single bite could cripple prey instantly, causing massive blood loss and shock. Its presence reshaped marine ecosystems. Whales altered migration patterns. Smaller predators adapted or vanished. When Megalodon moved through prehistoric seas, it wasn't just an apex predator, it was a force of nature. Nothing hunted it, nothing rivaled it, nothing escaped it. These prehistoric sea monsters reveal a time when the oceans were ruled by extremes of size, power, and adaptation. Each one pushed evolution further, reshaping marine life forever. Which of these ancient predators disturbed you the most? Subscribe to Top Wonder and stay curious because Earth's past is far more terrifying than fiction.